All right, let's start talking some weather, everybody. 17 minutes after 6 o'clock now, and we've got some things to get to over the next week or so. Obviously, Christmas is creeping up on us. Christmas Eve next Thursday, Christmas Day next Friday. And as I've been alluding to recently in these weather segments, perhaps the coldest surge of air of the season is on target to arrive just for those 2 days. So we're going to see how it goes. Obviously, this far out, things can change in terms of the timing. You know, things can change a lot in terms of storm track once you get beyond about 3-4 days. But when you're dealing with major sizable air masses, those don't usually change a whole lot. So I think it is going to be quite cold by the time we get to Christmas. Just a matter of how cold, and we'll spell that out here. Or at least try to in just a moment. 34 the average high for this December 17th now. 23 the average overnight low. That was our low, by the way. 23. Our high today was 30. So we've actually had several days in a row where we've been below normal. Not by a whole lot, but we have been. So that's something to take note of in weeks and months that seem to always be above normal. Not the case recently, but we haven't accompanied it, as you know, by any snow. 0.4 inches we're still at the airport in GR for the season. Mostly cloudy to perhaps at times partly cloudy overnight tonight. And any of those breaks, we had a few last night as well. You get those little spells of breaks, and that can allow for temps to kind of nosedive for a brief time. Even though as you were headed out the door this morning, readings were back in the upper 20s. It was in the overnight while you were sleeping that we briefly did get down to 23. I think clouds again on Friday. There is an opportunity for some sun, though, because I don't necessarily think it's a firm overcast, but a little bit of filtered or dimmed radiation is likely to show face, I would think, through the morning and early afternoon. And then some weak, quick-moving systems. Really no change there. I'm thinking Saturday and again on Monday, a couple rain and snow showers, sprinkles or flurries. Not anticipating accumulations, though. If there was, it would be very light. A dusting, light coating on the grass for a few folks. We'll see how that plays out, but it definitely won't be any surprise with accumulations in terms of shoveling. Much colder by Christmas Eve. Let's watch this map evolve. We've got the cold air here right now. I push the button, go out towards midday tomorrow. There is a little bit of a shortwave ridge, which means some high pressure coming in from the west. Shortwave ridge noted by those white lines, height lines that start to go up as opposed to the dip out by the Rockies. So we've got some ridging, and that may allow for a little bit of sun to work on through. Then there's a little dip, a disturbance, and not a strong one, but that arrives on Saturday with a couple of these aforementioned rain and snow showers. Continuing on with some troughiness overhead behind that disturbance on Sunday, so there could be a sprinkle or flurry, particularly during the morning, but the bulk of Sunday is just going to see a fair amount of clouds and cool temperatures in the mid-30s. Kick that out on Monday, another system racing off to the north of Lake Superior. That will crank up our winds out of the west, so it will be a brisk Monday, but I think we get to around 40 to the lower 40s. And even Tuesday, not bad, but watch this. A big chunk of that Arctic air from northern and central Canada does come down, and that means business. I mean, we could have highs in the lower half of the 20s, perhaps, by the time we get to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Take a look at the live radar. Do still have a few flurries here across Barrie, Eaton, Allegan, I should say, Calhoun counties, and perhaps even a very light dusting could be accrued there in the short term. This is not a real big deal. There's a little disturbance here, just not wanting to move out of Ohio, and the western portion of that has flared a few flurries and patchy light snow showers recently, but it's very, very weak and nothing more than a very light dusting for somebody. We've got two branches of the jet stream, one down to the south, which picks up Gulf of Mexico moisture when it manages to get systems nearby. Then there's the Arctic jet to the north, and the real cold air being housed to the north of that. Looks like that jet stream buckles, comes down, and allows for some Arctic air to arrive later next week, as we just talked about. You can see some clouds over the eastern United States, over Michigan here tonight, but a few breaks out there as well. And there's just not a whole lot happening. Even though there is some high pressure coming in for tomorrow, it's going to be accompanied by a fair amount of high and mid-level clouds, even some low clouds off of Lake Michigan, going to try to impact us. But I don't think that firm overcast, so a touch of sun tries to get in at times, Doug, tomorrow. Call it mostly cloudy to partly sunny at times. Rain or snow shower Saturday, rain or snow shower on Monday. Nothing more than a flurry or sprinkle early on Sunday. Much of the weekend will be rain and snow free. Jumping up, though, with the temps. I mean, if you're looking for a big snowstorm, not getting it anytime soon. The snow that could give us a white Christmas would be lake effect variety. I'll talk more about that for Christmas Eve Thursday coming up.
All right, we just want to hear there's a chance. Thank you for that, Anthony.